Mama's in the living room watching Judge Judy. I'm in the kitchen eating leftover sushi. And she yells, oh, girl, you gotta hear this one. A man was arrested for running a theme park. And when they said, where's your license? He said, my dog ate it. Oh, you can't make this shit up. Sometimes I wonder if life's just one big cosmic joke. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on her Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout, girl, you gotta hear this one. Mama loves to laugh at how absurd life is, says it's all a comedy and I'm her audience. And I love the way she makes fun of the world. She said, you'll never guess what's true with their girlfriend. It was a man who didn't get us out of the bed. He said, I've been through hell and now I need some help. You just can't make this shit up. You just can't make this shit up. Sometimes I wonder if life's just one big cosmic joke. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout, girl, you gotta hear this one.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Squid and Family, because I obviously can't do anything alone these last couple of days. Change of schedule has everybody in this house a little out of sorts. But today, me and my good buddy, aka my YouTube little brother Flash Fan, are going to continue this what can only be described as I have no words for what is going on in this hearing right now. It's an evidentiary hearing that took place last Friday. We are doing part 2. It took place all in one. For those of you who didn't catch part 1 yesterday, it took place all in one stretch. However, these things I never do live because this hearing was 4 hours.
4 hours and 5 minutes.
Your girl has a life. Flash Fan has a life. We all got shit to do, and we can't sit and listen to this live for 4 hours.
Unfortunately, I streamed it live at Court Watch, which was brutal.
So, Flash Fan is joining me, so I don't go absolutely apeshit making fun of the lawyers. Yes, ma'am. I know. I see. I'm right there with you, baby. I see. Every time I get a notification on my phone, she thinks somebody is texting me and I need to text back right now. So, with that being said, it's it's okay, baby. Mommy's gonna charge her phone.
On that camera today because my brother-in-law and them put all the Juneteenth decorations up.
With that being said, joining us for this thing that we have going on today is Triple. And since I'm the only one with a picture, or a camera, I'm gonna be in the middle here of this pity party that is the defense.
It would be a good idea to actually unmute myself. So, hello, Angel. I see you. Hiya.
Yeah, Uncle Spawn. Yeah.
Hiya. Hey, Flash Fan. Absolutely awesome. Awesome to see you, to hear you, to see you. Awesome.
I got to make it to your chat one of these days. I really do.
Well, I mean, like, there is a legal way of me to do that, and for you to get there is for me to kidnap you and take you with me, brother.
I will be no part of this. If y'all are going to, when I spoke to the police yesterday, I said I don't recommend anybody doing things or stupid things. However, if you're going to do something stupid, don't put it in an email. Don't say it on YouTube. Don't text it to people. Like, don't advertise that you're going to break the law.
Don't be a Sarah Boone and record your crime.
Yeah, don't be a Sarah Boone and record it. Oh my God.
Right. Who was the one who said that when she, instead of spitting, she swallowed and she said that she got pregnant? Who was that?
Laura Owens.
There you go. Yeah, don't be one of her. Don't be a.
Yeah.
Oh yes. So on
Can I
that
just
note,
ask-
we're going to get started with this shit show of party, and I have to add Spawn back because
Before you do, I just got to ask Flash Fan something.
okay.
Hey, dude, do you play online games?
I do not. I can't access online because I need a controller and a keyboard for it.
Oh, right. Okay.
I have a keyboard to send you. Oh, and Flash Fan, I was informed that if you ever do want to start a channel, because I know Discord is not conducive for a lot of people to join and it's confusing for some people. But if you ever want to start a channel, not saying that you need to, but we all have been encouraging you because we know your worth.
Yeah,
we
do
know
it.
your value.
Oh, sorry.
And I do know some people who want to know if you will be starting an Amazon list where they can send you things to help you start your channel.
I will
Do it. Hey, Flash Fan, do it, mate. You can take over the world, and I'll be your driver, mate. Do it.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's no pressure because we don't want to ever do that. However, I have been informed that, and you can talk more to Heidel too, because she was also informed that there are people who are willing to help you out with obtaining the things that you need to start your channel.
Yeah, they won't do it for me though.
You already have a channel. So shut up.
Yeah, I have a channel, but I only go there because I feel scared by you because like I live in your wait. Sorry, I keep on telling people. Hey, Flash Fan, do me a favor.
I don't have a basement. I live in Georgia.
Yeah, but Flash Fan, next time you come into the basement, can you please close the hatch for crying out loud? Yeah, I watched this case. I sort of lurked last night, and I was following this case last night, and I'm like you were talking about how long or someone was talking about how long it was going to go. I personally, this is going to be a long one.
They're trying to make this out like I always say. They try to make this out like the modern day O.J. Simpson case because
that's what I was thinking too. Like this is gonna be.
You got like a 5 or 6 day preliminary hearing. O.J. Simpson preliminary hearing was like 6 or 7 days long. So I'm like, this isn't gonna be short.
I mean, do you think that it will ever? I mean, like obviously they got discovery and everything else. Do you think it will ever come for the like? Witness witness statements and the actual perpetrator being in the stand this year.
Will he testify this year? I don't think it's going to trial this year. I'll be really shocked if it goes to trial this year.
I think this is going to trial in 2028.
Yeah, this is gonna be like a Sarah Boone type, Corey Richards type that's going to drag out in pretrial for years.
Yeah, I mean, there's already. I wanted to see. I have to refresh this. I am on Andrea Burkhart's Substack where she has posted all of the documents. It's her paid Substack, not the free part. But as of today, or as of 6/12, there has been 601 docket entries.
Yep.
Not all of those are documents. Some are return of electronic notification, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's just notification that he can allow media to be there.
Yeah, but 601 docket entries in less than a year.
Yep.
Don't forget you've also got like all the information from the ballistic experts and all that stuff to include on that. So that does cover quite a few pages.
I'm sorry, I just got home from the gym and my lunch is grapes, string cheese, and a beef stick. Welcome to
just eat. Me and Flashbang can take over for a minute.
That's the healthy stuff.
Because this is a 4-hour hearing. We are 1 hour and 38 minutes into this. Right now, we are going to get started because we are probably going to have to do a third part of this because I have to go by 4:45. So with that being said, on the stand right now is the prosecutor. And the lawyer that was just questioning him, I think, is the West Coast version of Mark Diller. And if you don't know who Mark Diller is the lawyer who is representing the family of John O'Keefe in the civil complaint against Karen Reed. He is he is something else. He is a whiny little bitch, in my opinion, because he does things where he doesn't talk to, at least Novak here talks to the adverse parties before like whining to the judge. Mark Diller will whine to the judge and be like, and Karen Reed lawyers will be like,
so who's who then? Who's who?
So on the stand right now is the prosecutor.
Yeah, Chris Ballard. I don't know I know he's not the lead, but he's the second prosecutor. But they saying he violated the gag order.
Right. Okay.
The guy that's questioning him for this point is Richard Novak, one of I'm gonna say Sarah Boone.
One of Tyler Robinson's lawyers, who is the West Coast version of Mark Diller. And he gives lawyers a really bad name in a different way than some of the other lawyers that we've talked about in other cases. But he gives lawyers he walks into a room and thinks he's the smartest person in the room, in a room full of lawyers. Like, he gives that vibe.
She doesn't
like I don't know if he truly feels that way, but that's the vibe that he gives. And he does this to the judge when he is talking to the judge. This is what he gets. So I now realize that when I talk with my hands, it's super fucking annoying. But we are going to get started with this. And you will see me occasionally skip forward 5 seconds because I am skipping when they are looking at, have you seen this before? Please turn to exhibit whatever. Nobody fucking cares. So, yes, try not to get my stream unmonetized. That's the only thing I care about.
I'm here. I'll be very honest to both of you. For some reason, I enjoyed it last night, and I'm here to learn and to give you the perspective of Sheepshagger. So,
and thanks, Unhung Hero, for the 10 gifted Squid Pro Quo memberships. You are greatly appreciated, and I hope you are doing as well as can be expected. There are thousands of lawyers that have a high opinion of themselves. Yes, and here's the thing. I'm sure there are amazing lawyers out there. However, it seems to be the only ones that either want public attention or their cases are in the public eye are the ones that give lawyers a bad name.
She doesn't like California attorney. I'm really gonna have to send you.
I don't like California.
I'm really gonna have to send you what's the lady name? Leslie Abramson from
do it.
Trial.
I mean, okay.
She argued at judges.
Ben Chu and Camille Vasquez are the exceptions to California lawyers that seem like they're down to earth, good people. Most California and crap, I'm having a name. What's his name? Alan Jackson. Yeah, Alan Jackson. However, most of them, including Novak, give lawyers a bad name. And here, this is one of those things where when people say, "Oh, you're singling out so and so," no, I'm singling out. If you have a law degree, consider yourself singled out. Like, you know, that's a whole bunch of people to be singling out. Hey, Malin, thanks for the 20.
Yeah,
so good. Yes, because I showered.
You actually got it right tonight. Well done.
Yes, I smell beef. Oh, you must be talking about this. That is my tallow truth. And thank you, Harry. So, my affiliate for this wonderful channel I have, and who are supporters of me and my small little project I have here, the tallow truth. Beef tallow skincare. Go to my link. Shut up, Spawn. thetalentruth.com/squid. Use code squid for 12% off of all their products. They have new body whip. It's great. I love it. It's how I'm trying to prevent myself from aging like milk.
I was
I'm
just
also
getting you
trying
back for
to
earlier
reduce
on.
the amount of chemicals in my skincare. So thank you.
Yeah, I was just getting you back for earlier on. Also, just a big shout out to Roy Lozinger. Just before we forget.
I know one that you would never think in a million years was a lawyer, drives a truck like the rest of us country folk.
You can drive?
There are a bunch of lawyers out there who are normal, ordinary, great people who have the attitude of, I'm a lawyer, it's my job, but it's not my personality.
There's some good lawyers out there. My uncle was a good one. My great uncle, even unfortunately, didn't last because of the decade he practiced and the discrimination drove him away from the profession. But he was good for the 5 years that he wasn't an attorney.
All right, we're gonna get started in this, and then I am going to go see what my daughter was screaming about because she got really quiet, and I'm scared there's a marker on my wall. So I will be right back. But we are going at 1.5 speed too, because some of these lawyers we cannot listen to.
It's Utah. They talk slow.
They talk slow.
Oh, yeah, sure.
What
I have
the
no
fuck
further
just
questions for
happened
Mr.
there?
Ballard. Thank you, Mr. Ballard. Mr. McBride.
It must have tried to go live, but it's not live. It's weird.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, sure. Hey, Mr. Ballard, I wanted to ask you a little bit of follow-up from what defense asked you. First off, I want to ask you, did you intend to violate the court's order in this case?
No,
Do you believe you violated the court's order in this case?
no,
Did you take actions to avoid violating the court's order in this case?
yes,
And do some of those actions include being familiar with the order,
yes,
being familiar with Rule 3.6,
yes,
limiting your statements to the media to those necessary to address the issues prejudicing your client?
yes,
Did you include a statement in some of your statements that the defendant was entitled to a presumption of innocence,
yes,
and a statement that the jury would decide the defendant's guilt as the finder of fact in this case?
yes,
On March 30th, at about 4:43 our time, did the Daily Mail run a story entitled "Bullet Used to Kill Charlie Kirk Did Not Match the Rifle Allegedly Used by the Suspect Tyler Robinson"?
yes,
Um, I'm showing you on the screen. Can you see on the screen?
yes.
Exhibit 22.
22.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
excuse me. Exhibit
slow this down a little bit
Okay.
because
Yes,
he's
that's fine.
talking
And is this
faster
exhibit
than he is talking way faster than Novak did.
Yeah, he's from Utah, I believe.
Yeah, Novak talks is like the speed of smell.
Fucking what? So wait a minute. The one sitting down as prosecution, the one standing up defense.
No,
the-
prosecutor.
no, another prosecutor.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
being
snap.
cross-examined
okay.
by his own people.
So essentially,
Oh.
it's essentially a Baldwin type situation where the prosecutor testifies. I don't know you think how it Baldwin case, but there's the prosecutor testified in that case.
Yeah.
But this is just outside. There's no jury present, so
Right. Okay.
And here's the thing: this is an evidentiary hearing. So
Yeah.
think about July 30th.
Yeah.
There's an evidentiary hearing in a case that most of the people in chat are following that is happening in Orange County, Florida, with a person who thinks that I am obsessed with her, which really I can't stand her. So that would be completely the opposite. However, in which case, this is an evidentiary hearing. You get exhibits and witnesses. So think about the hearing to label someone a vexatious litigant that will happen on July 30th. This is an example of what an evidentiary hearing looks like.
Got you.
God, I'm really hoping that that one is televised. It probably
I think you
won't.
should. I think you should take the bar.
Yeah, I would love to see.
Unlike some
lawyers
people, I don't think I could pass it tomorrow. Let's put it that way.
Lawyers
Well, I mean,
quit
Flash-
going at it with everybody. She be one of those attorneys. That, your argument doesn't make sense.
My VA paperwork says I don't play well with others. I don't like bullshitters, liars, people who try to manipulate the truth and jump through loopholes.
That's
I
fact.
understand, and that's part of why part of my contention with lawyers is I understand that part of their job is to manipulate words and find loopholes in people's words. It's one of the reasons that words matter. And I hate it.
Became an attorney. Squid she's gonna dislike me because I have a feeling I'm gonna be one of those lawyers that's an aggressive attorney. So if
I understand that part of their job is to take things out of context and try to present it in a certain way to fit their narrative. And I can't stand that. It makes things look sleazy. Because I like context, I like facts, I like nuance. And they try to take the nuance out of things to fit their narrative, and I can't fucking stand it. And that's one of the reasons that me and lawyers, we butt heads.
I would pay money to see Squid and Novak in the same room just for 25.
Hey, I'll put 50 on that, Flash.
No,
Actually,
it's not Novak. I have a problem with the way Novak is as a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure I could go to the bar with him and have a drink. He seems like he'd be a tolerable person. You know what I mean? You separate how you are in a courtroom and being an insufferable person. There's a difference. There are some people that seems like you are a really shady and shitty lawyer, and I also could never stand to have a drink with you.
Like Jane Owens.
You're an insufferable person. Like Kathy Nestor.
Oh wow. Yeah, there's a lot of people here that's not a big fan of her. I haven't seen her yet, so I can't say.
I mean, if you're willing to defend Corey Richins, and I know everybody's entitled to a defense, but if you watch the Corey Richins trial at all, Kathy Nestor is just.
hey, Flash, have you noticed I've been very silent with this topic because I haven't got a freaking clue what you guys are talking about. But because when it comes to Squid, I'm like, yeah, I'll put 100 on that.
Corey Richards is in the same area. Think of no, I can't. I was gonna say think of Sarah.
Corey Richards is now convicted of unaliving her husband.
Yeah,
Oh,
she just
and then writing a book about grief with her children.
Yep. She just
doing interviews that her husband died unexpectedly. It's like he died unexpectedly because you did it.
Yeah, you helped him.
And that's not defamation anymore because she's been convicted. She is now a convicted unaliver.
She used fentanyl, I think she uses.
I can't remember offhand. But yeah. She is now convicted. There's no allegedly anymore.
Yeah, no.
So we're gonna get back into this because this will be a part 3 on Friday.
To the filing the state's opposition to the motion to continue. What's the title of this?
I assume that. Let me see the first page.
State's opposition to the motion for an order to show cause for alleged contempt of court in this case.
Yes.
And is Exhibit B that Daily Mail story that you referred to just now?
Yes.
Was this the first story that that generated all the media that has brought us to this stage in this case?
That's my understanding.
And after that story was published by the Daily Mail, are you aware of whether other outlets publish similar stories?
Yes.
Daily Mail.
I'd like to turn to Exhibit C in that same pleading.
Okay.
And for the court's record, this is docket 510, Exhibit C. And this is a USA Today article, is that right?
Yes.
The title is, "Does the Bullet Match? Key Issues Emerges in Charlie Kirk Murder Case," correct?
Correct.
And I now want to turn to Exhibit D to this pleading. And this is an article by People, is that correct?
Correct.
Also published on March 31st of 2026.
Yes.
And the title here, we read that title.
Bullet that killed Charlie Kirk doesn't match Tyler Robinson's rifle, his lawyers claim.
And I now want to turn to
So I did a stream. So I did a stream when those articles came out describing the actual document compared to the headlines, because I was pissed when I saw that, because when I first started this channel, what we used to do is go beyond the headlines. We'd read a headline and then we'd read the same article in like four different sources and figure out what the actual story is.
I was here when you did that, actually.
And I did, just because it doesn't, we don't live in the CSI, like we're jaded. And when you do this with an audience, it's so disingenuous. I hated it. I got to go get the little off the POTTY. I will be back.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually here when you did that. I can remember that because the Daily Mail put an article up, and fucking newspapers.
I remember she streamed about it. I'm just getting into this case like back in January. So I think what made me get to this case was somebody sent me something like I think I saw that he had one of the Menendez brothers attorney. I'm like, this could be interesting. And then when I started reading about all, I'm like, ooh, okay, this is messy.
Yeah, it's this is going to turn messy because like the biggest issue is it's the perfect example when the Daily Mail gets involved, like any type of newspaper gets involved, they twist the narrative to get the sales, but they don't put the facts out there. That's the problem about newspapers. And the Daily Mail is really fucking, pardon my French, really good at twisting the facts to get the narrative that they want to sell the freaking newspapers. And I come from the country where the Daily Mail hails from. Well, they're from England. They're idiots anyway. Right. They're idiots anyway. But the fact of the matter, it comes from the UK, and they're not the only newspaper who will take it out of context.
I know. They talked about TMZ yesterday. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely not trustworthy.
Yeah. I mean, TMZ is a freelance guy walking around with a camera, just like paparazzi. So, yeah, unless I see it, evidence, proof, and facts, I just, I don't know.
Remember, for those of you who aren't familiar with things that go boom and things that throw freedom seeds,
make cheddar cheese.
I'm gonna pop it out of the. This is a 45. This is not the same caliber, so don't come at me in the comments because I don't have a 30-30 right now.
By the way, this is all for educational purposes only, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the projectile of a 45 caliber. Yep. So you can see how small that is. So when we're talking fragments, we're not talking like fragments from like a car or pieces of glass of a tail light, shall you say.
Is that an FMJ? Squid?
Yeah. However, we're talking about very small things. This is not CSI. This is not NCIS. You don't live in the world where you can match a piece of metal that's gone through a human
torso.
That has gone through a human to a specific. It's not like yes. So to say that it doesn't. Oh, it's like tainting the jury. The defense in this case has been so worried about not getting a fair trial, but yet will write motions that they know will be seen by the public that twist the facts and get headlines that will also taint the jury pool in the opposite direction.
My opinion of this is they asking for a camera to be excluded. I think I had some time to reflect on it. I think they're not doing that because they worried about a fair trial, just because they don't like the media. Hey, I believe they're doing that because they trying to put on the show.
Oh yeah, they're that's another thing that I don't like. So Volusia 2, I'm gonna call you Volusia 2. All media is good at manipulating facts in today's world. Malcolm X, love him or hate him, was correct as to the media being the largest propaganda machine in the world. He also said a few other things that I agree with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dr. King said the same thing as well.
Yeah,
Dr.
and well,
Luther
he also
Martin King.
said it. Yep,
Yeah.
you said that down here. Yep. But
Yeah.
yeah, Malcolm X said quite a few things that I actually really, really agree with.
I mean, it's funny how they predicted this in them days, and now look where we are now. I mean, and
Almost
it's
like they knew, and it's
Yeah.
almost like they were intelligent, even though they might not have been, Harvard graduates or
Yeah.
law school graduates.
Oh,
It's
some of them
people that
wasn't James. I think James Baldwin. He graduated college. He was back there with all of them, and some of the stuff he said were
I've been told if you don't have a law degree, you are uneducated.
Oh, snap. On something else, can I just point something out on ballistics? Now, anyone who served in the military knows, like, through their basic training, they will get weapon handling on either a 5.56 or 7.62, depending what country and everything else. Or they will also get pistol training on a 9mm or 45, and depending. Now, every weapon has a different reaction to the round. The moment that round leaves that weapon, it will be engraved. As soon as it hits anything, no matter what, if it's paper, plastic, cardboard, skin, bone, meat, anything, it deforms. Right? So when I read that newspaper clipping, I was like, they are full of horse poop.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't know about ballistics, it's worth researching before,
Also, like I said, this is not NCIS. This is not CSI.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's
It's
not
not.
an episode of FBI. It's not an exact science.
No.
So.
And Cynthia, no, I am not in Louisiana. I get that. I'm in DC. But everybody said I had a southern accent.
Well, primarily you are in a house, correct? I mean, like, if we're going to be investigators, we may as well start now. You are in a house, Squid's in the house, I'm in the basement, everyone's
That's
happy.
like when someone asks you, where'd you come from? My mother.
No. Hey, don't you steal that's my joke.
My mom is in the chat. She can literally tell you I say that whenever someone asks me, where'd you come from?
Well, yeah, I say it differently. Someone asked me, oh, where you from? What, originally? Yeah, my mum. But before that, I got spat out by my dad.
Oh.
Sorry, carry on. Let's carry on.
We're going to restart this hearing so we can.
Yeah, let's crack on. Sorry. I blame Flash Fan for that.
Exhibit E to the pleading. And this is a CBS News article also published March 31st, 2026, correct?
Yes.
And will you read the title there?
Charlie Kirk's accused assassin's lawyers question link between bullet from autopsy and rifle found near scene.
And now I want to turn to Exhibit A to your pleading, or to the pleading that we've been talking about. First, updated the next day, April 1st. Will you read the headline there?
How one headline shaped the narrative.
What, did the whole sound go?
All right, did he pause in the middle of a sentence?
I think someone's accidentally muted them.
Oh, I forget. In this feed, sometimes, in the live feed, the audio cuts out sometimes. That could be what this section is. It comes back, but it cuts out periodically sometimes. I don't know. The local news media, it didn't equip to cover these types of cases sometimes. Because it's not from
Yeah. Muted boomer. I got it. I figured it out.
Oh, that was you.
Oh.
Okay, I thought it was the feed.
Oh,
No, I was muted when I
boomer.
was trying to. But Spawn, we hear somebody shuffling stuff around or something. So I'm gonna go until they start talking again. Or like the audio is back.
Yeah, the judge addressed it here at some point. He said, hold on, there's something with the feed. So they had issues. I think it might have been a courtroom problem.
Yeah, it sounds like a courtroom problem.
Way that we were relying on that was
There we
there
go.
was no grounds for us to be able to rely on that piece of evidence. That evidence
That was
didn't
not me.
support
That
our
was law
case,
and crime in the
because it
court.
was a key piece of evidence that we did not have the evidence to be able to proceed in this case.
And
Is
did that make you
local
concerned
news
your
media? That
might
wasn't
be,
even a crime.
your client's
Mr.
right to
McBride, excuse me, let me stop you. There may be an issue with the audio being
Yep.
transmitted, so I just want to make sure that's remedied. And then we can continue once we confirm it's functioning as it should.
Thank you.
So, like here, people report even on social media nonsense when it comes to bullet science. It's like they think a bullet reacts on impact as it would in ballistic gel. Gel is used to capture bullet intact. Yes.
Well, if you're not from the South, or if you don't hunt regularly or do it for sport, you're not going to understand how that stuff works. I don't.
I could actually comment.
Hunt for sport. Sorry.
Yeah, I could actually comment or agree with Felicia and also add more to that, but this is not about the ballistics. This is not about the bullets. This is about the whole case as a whole.
Yeah, but this part of the
just to add,
this part of
just
the
to-
hearing is literally the defense is trying to get the prosecution. They're saying they violated the gag order by talking to the media, and what they were talking about was the ballistics.
Right.
So it's relevant in the sense of the Daily Mail article and other outlets that were talking about the fact that the bullet didn't match, and messaging the prosecutor's office, and the prosecutor's office was responding to them. So,
right. Well, if I may add just like to Felicia's comment, it's not just to catch the bullet; it's also to show the bullets to Evidentiary and what cavity it goes, and also sometimes the bullet will disintegrate in the gel. However, it shows the projectile moving through like a sort of like skin density type of material. But you can go in so depth about just this one part. But yeah, he's on the ball. He's on nail on head, Alicia. So that's a good comment. That.
I mean, you would know. All right.
All right. Do you want to?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
I'm skipping into the but Snipe Hunter bone makes a huge difference. Huge.
Mr. McBride, we can continue.
Thank you. Were these reports that we've gone over in the last couple of minutes, these news stories, were they accurately reporting what the
Yep.
evidence was in this case?
No.
And did that cause you concern about whether it would affect your client's right to a fair trial?
Yes, it did, because not only were those
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah, they had some audio for a few minutes. It's the local news
When you
media.
received those calls, you testified that you and Mr. Gray had spoken about this. You'd spoken about Rule 3.6 in the court's order. But when you received those calls, you had the option, as you testified in direct examination, of just saying no comment, correct?
right.
Would a no comment, how do you believe that response would be received by the public if the media states, we reached out to the Utah County Attorney's Office when they were asked for comment, they responded, no comment.
Objection, call for speculation, relevance.
Mr. McBride?
The question here is whether or not Mr. Ballard responded as a reasonable attorney would under Rule 3.6C.
Could you repeat the question? I just want to make sure I'm processing it properly.
How do you believe the press would, or how do you believe the public would receive a story that had the response from Utah County Attorney's Office as no comment?
I'm going to sustain the objection because it's asking for him to perceive what the public would perceive. And that does go to speculation.
I'll attempt to lay more foundation. Does the public's perception matter as it relates to your client's right to a fair trial?
It can, yes.
And is the public's perception ultimately what the public's, and even more particularly the potential jury pool's perception, what matters when we're talking about prejudicing your client's rights?
Yes.
And so
Malin,
isn't it
just
true
the
that you have
judge.
to make a judgment about how the public is perceiving the media statements?
Leading.
This is
Well, it's
cross-examination.
cross-examination, so I'm going to overrule that objection.
Yes.
We are far away from trial.
Did you believe a no comment response would cure the prejudicial effect of the media stories?
No,
No.
Did you believe it would
can
actually?
I can answer that for him. I'm sorry. What do you think? Like, I know people have the right to answer no comment to anything, but what do you, the brain science here, not saying that I'm an expert, but we have a book titled The Brain Book because I am very interested in that because of my career and working with neuro patients and all of that shit. But I'm uneducated, you know, whatever. However, the brain always needs to come up with answers. The brain, primitive brain, does not like not having a story. So your brain will come up with a story about anything and it will connect the dots, sometimes automatically. That is where conspiracy theories come from. That is why first impressions matter very much, or so much, because your brain will make a story based on what it sees or hears, with, you know, your five senses and shit. And if you only have part of the story, your brain will primitively, this is not a conscious effort by people. This is the way your brain works from evolution. Your brain will try to make a story. So the less information you have, and it's why transparency is so important, because the less information that your brain has, the more it will try to fill in the gaps. And sometimes it fills in the gaps with some pretty outrageous and it fills in the gaps with some pretty crazy shit. Let's, for lack of a better way of describing it. So when you comment no comment, I understand that people have the right to do that, and sometimes it might seem like that's what's best for you. However, people's brains will come up with a story regardless. And if you have people that cannot keep their mouth shut and go on certain podcasts all the time and like to write articles and post them to like Medium and Substack and all that shit, not to mention the mainstream media, you will get people's brains that fill in the gaps with whatever the fuck they want. And now you have thousands or tens, depending on who you are, reading these things. And now that they think you know what the hell you're talking about, and now they will believe that. So answering no comment when there is this much public interest and public scrutiny, people's brains will fill in the gaps based on what they think is happening, not what's actually happening. So when you comment no comment, they think you're hiding shit.
That kind of like what people did with the Carmelo Anthony case. I think they were the gag order in that case, and you saw all the rumors coming out of that one because they weren't allowed to quit stuff up.
Gail, see the brain book behind Squid. She telepathically gets the information she needs. Ronnie's in chat. Hey, peeps. Hey, you.
Hey, Ronnie. Just saw you a couple hours ago in court watch.
Hey, Dragon Gravy. How are you, my friend? All right. Let's get back to it. But I could have answered that question for him. Like, the brain will fill in gaps. The brain will fill in gaps, and sometimes it comes up with some pretty outrageous crap. And also, when you comment no comment, people think you're hiding shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I consider myself pretty well versed in FA and science around them because Dad, he and April are both instructor in many disciplines. Dad is a state certified armorer, repaired and built hundreds. Ooh. Oh, firearms. Sorry. My brain couldn't figure that one out for a second. I used context to figure out what that meant.
Potentially increase the prejudicial effect of these stories.
Yes, especially given the kinds of stories that were circulating there, like that our case has a fundamental problem, that this is a bombshell. And for us to say no comment and not give a response would feed the, my concern was that would feed this idea that the state really does not have sufficient evidence to proceed.
Okay, thank you. You mentioned before responding to these requests, you spoke with Mr. Gray about the requests and about the media that was out there at the time. Why did you speak with Mr. Gray about that?
Because we recognized that this was a significant issue and that we needed to figure out how we were going to respond to that.
And was part of that to determine whether you could ethically respond?
Yes, I think the conversation was, should we, and can we, and should we?
I want to refer you to the court's order, the pretrial publicity order, and that's published on the screen in front of you. Do you see that?
Yes.
Will you read the last sentence of that order? This is the order dated September 16th, 2025.
It says this order does not prohibit lawyers from making statements permitted by Rule 3.6, C, Utah Rule of Professional Conduct, 3.6, sub B, sub C.
Based on the language of this order, did you believe that it prohibited you from making public statements?
No.
Did you believe it prohibited you from making public statements that were allowed by 3.6B?
No, it allowed me to do that.
And same question with regard to 3.6C. Did it prohibit you from making statements under 3.6C?
Objection, he's asking the witness for a legal complaint.
So Malin,
Did you want to
the
respond?
person who is on the stand is the prosecutor. The person who is questioning him is another prosecutor.
Yeah.
Mr. McBride.
No. I disagree with that objection, but I think the court can rule on that without response.
Well, I'm going to overrule the objection because that was fodder for the direct examination. It was addressed. He was asked about that. And so this is cross-examination and that door has been opened.
Okay, let's look at 3.6, Rule 3.6. And that's up on the screen in front of you. I want to go through those particular statements or particular subsections referred to by the order, 3.6 B and C. There's a couple of highlights here on the screen in front of you. Is that up on the screen in front of
Yes, I see those.
you? If you look at 3.6 B, will you read those two highlighted portions? That's B, basically B and B2.
Yes. It says notwithstanding paragraph A lawyer may state information contained in a public record.
Now, before going to 3.6 C, let me ask you, on a direct examination, defense counsel had a line of questioning about whether you can talk about anything that's in the public record extrajudicially to the media. You began to answer that question, but you weren't given the chance to finish your answer. Under 3.6B, will you talk about your understanding of what you can talk about that is in the public record?
My understanding of that, the language of the rule is that if there is something that's contained in a public court filing, that that I can comment on that extrajudicially.
In this circumstance, was the statement that generated this in defense counsel's pleading, that the ATF was unable to tie the bullet to the gun, was that in a public pleading?
Yes.
And the report that they made that statement from, the ATF ballistics report is what I will call it, was that in a public pleading?
It was. The defense attached that report to their motion to prohibit testing.
I was muted, sorry. And that is one of the reasons that you have to be careful what you put in public pleadings.
Yep.
That is why you don't trauma dump or you put shit in pleadings that you don't want out to the public. It seems like common sense, but apparently this is fucking rocket science for people.
And they experienced attorneys. They've been doing this for 30 years or more.
I mean, like, I understand they have to put things in public pleadings or in pleadings, obviously, but this is why if it doesn't need to be in a pleading, don't put it in a pleading.
Or ask to file it under seal. Now the judge might deny it, but it can't hurt to ask.
Well, yeah, and with as much as they're peppering the court with crap, I mean, they might as well ask for that to be sealed. They've asked for everything else to be fucking sealed too.
Imagine what it's like for this judge. He just gets on the bench and make 2025, and by September he gets one of the biggest cases in the entire country.
I mean, can I ask a question? I want to put this to the table.
No, can you?
Wait, what?
My parents
Don't,
used to do
don't,
that shit to me all the
right.
time.
Anyway,
Sorry.
so here's the question that I want to ask, and may he rest in peace. Now, if it hadn't been Charlie Kirk, but it had been the President Trump, because what would it have been treated differently, or would have both? I mean,
Yeah, because it's a federal crime to assassinate a president. So yeah, it would be treated differently.
but at the time he was not the president, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, was he? Oh shit!
This
Yeah, he
last
was. Yeah,
September.
sorry, my bad. But let me ask you a question then. If he wasn't the president, and this would have happened, what happened to Charlie Kirk, would have the case been the same? Would have they behaved the same? We know that the newspapers would have probably like blown it out of proportion and lied through their teeth, or changed it so much that.
Yeah, what is
Now, I do-
interesting and fascinating to me in this case is it shows you just how many people and why my channel exists and why many other law tubers and people who don't have law degrees who court
Yeah.
watch have channels, because this case has shown you just how many people in this world in this country specifically have no idea how our fucking legal system works. They're like, we want to know this, we want to know this. You will not know that until the trial.
Yeah. I mean, the reason I'm asking, sorry to jump in, the reason I'm asking is because, like, if you look at all these high-end cases, like, or going all the way back to the 70s with John Lennon and, and all other cases that have happened that have, like, O.J. Simpson, stuff like that, it's like either lawyers are becoming dumber or people are trying to circumvent everything to get to a quicker resolution or to a quicker answer. Or am I getting this confused now? Or am I going totally the wrong direction?
A little bit of all three.
A little bit of what?
A little bit of all three. I believe lawyers are getting dumber because law schools are getting to the point where they're like, everybody
Okay,
passes.
that's one. Yeah.
People are getting dumber as well and expecting things from the court system because they have no idea how our court system actually fucking works.
Okay, that's
and they're
true.
expecting things to be put out in the media that you
Right.
will not find out until trial.
Right.
And then thirdly, speculating on how this would be if it was Trump is kind of
No. I'm not. This is no speculation. What I'm talking about, I don't. It could be Trump. It could be John Lennon. It could be Ronald Reagan. It could be you. It could be anybody. What I'm talking about is that why are cases like this trialed differently when it comes to different people? Shouldn't this be a trial going across the board? Assassination. It's an assassination.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, this was a private citizen. This was a school shooting, for lack of a better way of describing it.
Okay, I wouldn't put it that way, but yeah, okay, yeah.
So it was a school shooting.
Yeah.
So yes, technically, it was a political. It seemed like it was a politically motivated issue.
Yeah.
However, it is one of those situations that he was at the end of the day. I got it, baby. Even though he had friends in high places, he was at the end of the day a private citizen. Not a private citizen, but like just a citizen. He wasn't in a position of power. He wasn't an elected official.
Okay, I would get asked what he political figure or what he in a political position, because when RFK was killed back on the last, sorry, YouTube. He was elected, but it was tried to state court, and some of these other political figures, they're tried to federal court or something like that. Those type cases. So like,
Charlie Kirk was not an elected official. He never held an elected position. Yes, he did. He was a political activist, and yes, he did have friends in high places. However, at the end of the day, he is just a citizen.
Okay.
He does not hold a position of power within the government.
Okay.
He is not an elected official, not even a state or local elected official. Therefore, it is just a state unaliving case, just like if it were you, me, Joe Schmo off the street. The way it's handled is no different.
It's just unique because they trying to put on the show, whatever they trying to do, their strategy or whatever. I know they're trying to delay or whatever.
They're just trying to delay. Sometimes it's like I don't understand. This is the other thing. I will never ever in my life understand why people delay, especially defenses that claim they're like he hasn't even pled yet.
Yeah.
We remember he hasn't had his preliminary hearing yet.
Yeah.
10 months, 8, 9, 10 months, however long months.
Yep. I want to say
This is
September
gonna
2020.
happen in
I want to say
September.
September 25th, 2025 is when this happened.
Huh?
I want to say it was September 25th, 2025.
No, it was September 10th. September 25th,
Oh,
2025 is a different issue.
Oh.
September 25th, 2025 was a completely different issue. It was an important date in history, just not the world history. Like, it is an important date, just not to most people. Let's leave it at
You're
that.
not going to fucking believe this.
What?
I just got my fucking bill for my car. Anyway,
Oh,
sorry.
no. Oh no. No. We're gonna have to do a grift for spawn stream.
Darling, you better come and have a look at this. I'll put it on the top. I'm going to mute myself for a minute. 1 second.
I'm gonna restart this because I don't even want to be a fly on the wall in that conversation.
And the court had ordered that to be made public.
And that report was attached to a pleading in docket number 284. Is that your understanding?
I don't know the exact docket number, but it concerned, I think it was their January 9th motion.
Okay. And for reference, the court's order making that docket number public is docket 460, March 12, 2026. I want to go to the next subparagraph. Okay, actually, before I do, notwithstanding that this report was public by this time, the ATF ballistics report, did you specifically comment about the ATF ballistic report and its findings in your statements to the media?
No, in fact, if you look at Exhibit 4, the highlighted portion there, I say, when I'm responding to the USA Today reporter, I say, the ethical rules prohibit, well, it says ethical rules prohibit him from speaking publicly about forensic testing and results. And then I go on to say, but I can say generally that when you have an inconclusive result, these are the types of circumstances that might produce an inconclusive result.
Okay. Let's move to subparagraph C, 3.6C, which is up on the screen. Will you read the highlighted portion of subparagraph C?
Yeah, actually, it's not up.
It's
for
going to
some
take a
reason.
few seconds for it to render itself on the screen.
Court audio. Court technology, rather.
Yeah, court technology has never been. It's never.
I could read it from the exhibit.
Let's go ahead and do that, if you don't mind. So the first full sentence of subparagraph C.
This is from Exhibit 10. It says, notwithstanding paragraph A, a lawyer may make a statement that a reasonable lawyer would believe is required to protect a client from the substantial, undue prejudicial effect of recent publicity not initiated by the lawyer or the lawyer's client. Want me to continue?
No, that's fine. So as you read that, is there anything, do you see any language in subparagraph C that requires that any other public undue prejudicial, substantial undue prejudicial effect of recent publicity must be generated by a defense counsel or opposing counsel?
No.
I'm back.
Okay, I now want to turn to your particular responses. So after you met with all these responses or all these media inquiries were coming in, you meet with Mr. Gray and talk about whether you should and could respond. The answer is yes, we're going to respond. We should respond. Then you actually make the responses, correct?
Correct.
Okay, side note, this is how someone talks with their hands, and it's not pretentious and annoying. It's timeline. You can see he's timeline. This is when this happened, this is when this happened, this is when this happened, then you did this. It not like freaking Novak yesterday, where at the judge, he was like, at the judge. It's like, stop fingering, pointing your fingers at me. Like this is how talking with your hands is not pretentious,
what did you
annoying,
just say?
and
Stop.
makes me want to fucking beat my head against the wall. Here, you can see he's presenting a case, a timeline. Yes, Angel.
Did you
Yeah.
just say fingering? What?
Talking with your fingers.
Talking with your
I
fingers.
understood. No, I heard something else. For the record,
Pointing
Donna.
your fingers at me.
Oh, okay.
He's
Because Mark Diller wannabe,
We turn back
Richard
to
Novak, will be like this.
the pleading that we referred to, where we had attached many of the news stories.
pointing the finger at the judge.
We have here exhibit, let's see if this is the right one, exhibit F. And this is, I think this also appears in defense counsel's binder.
Is it the USA Today story?
This is the New York Post story.
So sue me.
I'm going to ask you to read the first two paragraphs here on this page. Actually, let me jump to page 46.
I
here.
did not derail myself. I was making a point on how you can do the exact same thing, talk with your hands, and one, be acceptable and doesn't annoy the crap out of someone, and the other one makes you look like a pretentious asshole.
Hey, Flash fan. Hey, listen. I'm just
Hey,
saying.
Daniel.
What do you think? Sorry, what?
You derailed us. Well, I do have derailed merch if you would like it, because I know how this shit goes. I get.
And at
I
least
get
I'm not
comments
getting
all the
blamed for
time.
it.
And I don't get the engagement with people saying, you talk about side shit too much. No, I'm commenting on what I see when I watch something, because that's called fair use. Because if I
Ain't
just let it play,
Ain't nothing wrong with. I tell people all the time if I'm on channel.
Yeah, and there's a
Most people-
reason.
Most people stream cases like this, or it's this topic that's rough. You need a little side chat to keep from crying. Some of this stuff is so dark
oh my
sometimes.
God, yes.
Preach it, preach it, preach it, preach it,
But
Flash.
it's also fair use. If I just sat and let it play and didn't talk about it and give my comments on it, that would be not fair use, and that would be subject to a copyright
Exactly.
strike from Law and
Yeah.
Crime. And that would
Exactly.
affect my channel, and we don't need that. We already have enough people trying to affect my income. I don't need Law and Crime giving me hell too.
And also, when we derail each other or we go off topic, there's a reason why we do that, because it becomes monotonous. You guys will get bored too quickly. So therefore, we insult each other. I then hide under the basement, or Flash Fan comes running in, or
No.
you know, it's like people. You guys need to understand. There's a reason for the total fubar sometimes. Just saying. And I blame Flash Fan. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. Oh, God.
No, I'm trying to derail.
I mean, it's called for a reason. You're fine, Angel. She just was mad because I won't give her any more lip gloss, because I won't have any lip gloss left. Because he uses it all at once. We need to apply it every 3 minutes.
Sound like me. I used to throw temper tantrum every time I ran out of fried chicken. I still do
Sure.
sometimes.
She's mad at me. So you will hear her in the background yelling. She is just mad that I will not give her.
That is
any
no
more
problem
of this.
whatsoever. I won't have an issue with that.
Otherwise, I would just not have any left. And that stuff is not cheap. I mean, it's not expensive. It's like $10 for that little thing. But
You know that you can get something like that, and it's got like you know, for your pacifier dummy. And what you can do, you can actually put cream in it, or what you call it? It's like gelatin or jelly, and you put jelly in it. And the thing is, it's like lip gloss, but it's still a sweet.
no, she wants my stuff. Like she is not satisfied unless it belongs to me.
Oh,
Man.
oh, that's fighting talk now. Fighting, she's fighting.
Yeah, we are having a. The good thing is she will be the youngest person in her class.
No biting, young lady.
However,
No.
she is. I'm scared about her being the bully because I know she will not get picked on. However, I'm seriously worried about her being the bully because
She's a fighter, though.
some older kid stepped on her hair on accident and they didn't see that they were stepping on her hair. She not only screamed at them to get off of her hair, and when they finally did, she got up and shoved the shit out of them.
Woo!
They're like 6 years old.
Woof. Wow.
Marlon, there's going to be a problem with that lip gloss. Anyway, yeah.
She did not, but she acts like she's going to because she knows she's not supposed to. She does the it's the equivalent of I'm gonna sue you, but you don't. It's the I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. She will get super close and act like she's going to, but she won't actually because she knows that there are consequences to that.
Just be like my mom. Apparently, I used to bite. Say, okay, she bit me back. She now that teach you not to bite.
Yeah, my mom did too. Apparently, this one just bites again. Yeah. No. 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 No is a complete sentence, and I don't have to explain myself. She's gonna pop my butt.
She's going to pop. Wait, what?
She said she's gonna pop my butt.
And people have a go at me for farting? Really?
No, she's gonna pop my butt like she's gonna give me a spanking.
Okay.
She's gonna give me a spanking.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna give her one. She's gonna give me one. That's what she said.
Right.
I'm gonna
Well,
pop my butt.
yeah. Well, you deserve it. I'm baby squid comes. You know what she said goes. Baby squid, are you going to behave yourself, young lady? Come on,
Great. Do you hear her? Pop your butt.
don't you pop no butt? No. You're not popping anybody's butt. No, young lady. No. You're going to behave yourself. No, behave yourself. No, you're not going to pop anybody's butt. You're going to go and sit down.
It's all well and good to raise a strong, independent child until you realize what a strong, independent child looks like.
I'm surprised. You're going to be a good girl? You're going to be a good girl? I'm watching.
No, it's not that. No. Instead of like when the phrase that Southerners use is, I'm going to pop your butt. Or paint your back porch red kind of the situation. So it's she has heard the phrase, I'm going to pop your butt. From people. And yeah. We're gonna get back into this. She's just mad that I won't give her lip gloss, and I'm not caving to a 3-year-old who's throwing a temper tantrum over lip gloss. No, give me no.
You better than my aunt with my little cousin.
She just pushing her nose against your arm.
No,
that was
that time. So we're going to play this, and I'm going to
the first
mute
paragraph
myself.
on page 46 of the
Yes.
Utah County Attorney's Office.
Yeah. Utah County Attorney's Office Prosecutor Christopher Ballard said he can't comment on forensic testing
Bless her
results,
cotton socks.
but
Lip gloss is very good.
quote, when the results of the bullet fragment analysis come back as inconclusive, that means only that the fragment did not contain enough detail for the examiner to determine whether the characteristics on the fragment were consistent with having been fired by a particular
You
hunter,
are-
end quote.
I'm
Is that
sorry.
consistent with how you attempted to respond to all the media outlets that?
Yes.
And is that in fact your statement?
Yes, I can't say
I'm
this
so sorry. I
exactly word
can't
for
keep a
word,
straight
but
face.
that accurately captures what I
You
was
just
trying
pause
to
it for a
do.
second. I need to say this because I'm going to lose it. Can you imagine, right? She's just come back after dealing with the little one. Next you know, it happens again. She goes away, comes back, and the shirt's ripped, the hair's all over the place. She goes back again, comes back, black eye, scratchy. Oh. Is that word? Is that? Did she put a hole there, or is that wet? Right. You're muted, by the way. You're muted. Mute. Unmute. There
It's
you
just
go.
wet. It's just wet. She tried to take a chunk out of my arm.
Oh,
Yeah.
But can you imagine the picture? Oh. She nipped you.
oh, you were still better than my mom. My mom was old school. My mom would have popped me in my mouth if I did something like that.
Oh God! When I was my mum, my nan or my mum would put a slipper across my. Oh, I would become a pilot for a week.
My mom would have knocked me until last week or yesterday so I could try this situation again and do better.
I do.
Yeah. My mom was
It's really funny. We're dealing with a court case here, but at the same time, we're looking at parenting and the historical remembrance of how we got disciplined. And oh my God,
I did bite my mom and she bit the hell out of me. I remember that. But I remember like my parents did not like beat me by any means. Like, no. But like when I was acting like a shitty person, they put me in my place. And if that meant that like I had to go pick my own switch, that meant I had to go pick my own switch.
Thankfully, I never got the switch. I got the belt, but
well, yeah. Here's the thing. Hey, Flash Fan, when I was young, my old man, because of his rank and position, used to like have a swagger stick, also known as a cane, and at home, he had one as well. And I can remember the next day standing up and I could feel the 3 marks across my back of my legs, and you know why? Because I walked. Well, it's a long story, but put it this way: I had a fight. I won the fight. When I came home, I complained the fact that I won it, and he then disciplined me. Yeah.
No, we're learning boundaries, and she doesn't like them, so she yells. And it's like,
boundaries are very.
and no one likes boundaries. Adults don't like boundaries. However,
no, but they are important.
It's one of those things of like, I understand she's 3, and I understand that there are things that I can't reason with a 3-year-old because they don't have that level of cognition yet to, they don't have that level of cognition in order to understand reasoning. However, I am not caving to a 3-year-old who is throwing a temper tantrum over lip gloss.
I remember my aunt was like, there's alternative methods and boundaries for how we discipline our kids. My mom like boundary, she drew a circle, said, see that circle on the floor? Walk across that circle, I'm whooping your behind. That's boundaries.
Here's a question. We're talking about boundaries here. Taking it back to this situation with Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed with these public speakers, with these individuals, they don't set boundaries. They set security. They set cordons, but they don't set boundaries.
Well, what I remember of Charlie, like talking to people, he would let them say whatever they wanted so that, because he didn't want to censor people. Well, I understand that, but there's also like hating someone, and you can hate whoever you want, but there's a difference between hating someone and trying to or successfully take them out of this world. Like that's just a boundary to cross, but I don't think that's a boundary that we need to like express like, hey, don't kill me. Like I think that's implied social norm that people should know.
So I'm newest to this case, and I've heard the name Charlie Kirk before, but I don't know much about him. So was he really that controversial, that bad? Because when it happened, I just remember people saying he deserves it. I'm like, what is this
No,
about?
there's a.
No.
I think Crowden. Is it Crowley?
Crowder?
Crowder, yeah. He's a bit of a. I mean, I preferred Charlie Kirk to Crowder because Charlie Kirk was more. He would invest in that dialogue. You know.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk. People are like, nobody speaks to each other anymore. Charlie Kirk was the person who would go on campuses knowing a lot of those people probably don't agree with him. And they would ask him questions and he would have discussions with people who didn't agree with him.
Mm.
And apparently that's scary to a lot of people. When you start talking to young people about things that their parents didn't teach them or their friends don't think about, and you start using logic, and I don't agree with everything Charlie said. However, he would use logic, reason, common sense, and facts to present his side. But he would also, like, if you watch the South Park episode of him, they kept saying, like, he'd have the microphone and they kept showing him, like, putting it down, because that's what he actually did. He would put the microphone down when he would talk to someone, and then put it down, and he'd let someone speak.
Yeah.
And it was like,
That's just the case of people being messed up people. They like, he deserves it. I'm like, dang, what did this guy do? Well, it's
talk to people and have discussions and not agree with people. And this is where it's like people say certain sides of the aisle are violent. It's like, well, when someone on the, sorry to get political, but when someone on the left dies, it happens because people suck. You rarely see people going, hallelujah, but when Charlie Kirk died, you saw people on social media celebrating the fact that a woman is a widow and 2 children are now growing up without a father and saw their father die right in front of them.
What was that?
What, baby? So I'm gonna let this play.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thanks very much for the input there, by the way.
I want to go to Exhibit G to the pleading. This is a PolitiFact article entitled, "Does a Bullet Analysis Clear Charlie Kirk Suspected Killer? What an Inconclusive Result Means." I'd ask you to read that first full paragraph, starting with when. Will you read that, please?
When the results of a bullet fragment analysis come back as quote, inconclusive, unquote, that does not mean that the rifle did not fire the bullet. Christopher Ballard, a spokesman for the Utah County Attorney's Office and part of the prosecution team, wrote in an email to PolitiFact.
Thank you. Again, is that accurate?
Yes.
Same answer. You can't say word for word, but in essence, it's accurate.
Right.
I want to jump to the TMZ article. And is this TMZ article here, this Exhibit I to the pleading, an article that quotes you?
Yes.
Let's go to page 58. And we talked about this quote previously. Defense counsel asked you about this. And the statement beginning with Attorney Christopher Ballard tells us, that paragraph, is that the same? Is that quote starts with generally and ends with trial? Do you know if that is, if that quote is exactly how you said it to them?
The quote again comes from, I'm answering 2 different questions from the reporter. First, the reporter asked me about these claims that the bullet didn't match. And then he asked me, so do you still have a case? Basically, do you have enough evidence to proceed? And so I was first addressing the specific question about the bullet, the claim that the bullet didn't match. And then second, I was responding to this idea that because of the forensic testing, we couldn't proceed with this case.
Okay, thank you. I'll go to the next page, 59. And I'd like to ask you to read the first 2 paragraphs here on page 59.
Says, as we reported, Tyler's defense team argued there's a discrepancy between the ballistic evidence and the weapon prosecutors say is connected to Robinson. In a filed motion, they wrote, quote, the defense may very well decide to offer the testimony of the ATF firearm analyst as exculpatory evidence, unquote.
And then will you read that next line as well?
Yes. It says, but Ballard says this isn't expected to derail their case against Robinson.
Thank you. Now I'll go to page 60 of the same article, the TMZ article, and ask you to read these two paragraphs as well.
It says he told us, quote, can't speak about specific evidence, but the evidence that we detailed in the charging document is a general summary of the evidence that shows Tyler Robinson committed this crime, unquote, end quote. It says Ballard added, quote, he is presumed innocent. The ultimate decision will be up to the jury. We believe we will be able to overcome his presumption of innocence, end quote.
Thank you. Now, defense counsel in one of their motions, they quoted.
I mean, and that sounds like a pretty average thing to say, like not inflammatory, not like, I mean, I don't know. This whole evidentiary hearing to me is freaking ridiculous. And I think that's half the reason that I like hate this defense team is that they're making and asking for hearings on things that are so like stupid.
To me, I mean, so far what I've watched and what I've heard, to me, it's like you put two guys in the dressing room and they start a man sausage slinging competition. Of course, you're going to get conflict. Of course, you're going to get like, oh, you know, my man sausage is bigger than yours, and this is exactly the example. You know, instead of actually trying to compromise, right?
I will say, without spoiling it, you understand why they ask for contempt proceedings when they argue. Now it might be a stupid reason, but
I think, yeah.
the
We'll get back to
standard,
it.
which is a Hong Kong agency. And did you look at that quotation to the Hong Kong or to the standard?
Yes, when I saw that in the defense pleading.
Okay. And I've got that up on the page on the monitor in front of you. It's page 8 of defense counsel's motion for the order to show cause. And this, there's the double indent here. Do you see that?
Yes.
Did you talk to the standard?
No, they did not contact me.
And it looks like they included some of your statements, but not all of them. Is that accurate?
It looks like they're referring to the TMZ article, and yes, they took some of the quotes, but not all of them.
Okay, thank you.
And remember, when it comes to people celebrating, we have freedom of speech, but it's not freedom of consequences.
Fact.
So when you celebrate someone's death, and you have a business, your husband has an air conditioning business, and you advertise his air conditioning business on your TikTok, and you wonder why your husband goes out of business.
Wait, what?
So one of the people, her name is Megan. I can't remember her last name, but she was like, thoughts and prayers for Charlie Kirk, and she was like dancing when he died.
Gee.
Well, her fiance or whoever owns an air conditioning business, I guess she was crying on TikTok because her business went out of business.
Well, that's one way to fucking ruin your credibility and
that is the very definition of you might have freedom of speech, but freedom of speech is not freedom of consequence. People can say that and say, oh, I agree with Charlie Kirk's position on a lot of things. If you're celebrating his death, you would celebrate mine. I'm not going to support someone's business who would celebrate my death. Like, I'm not going to give you thousands of dollars. Or if you're going to repair my air conditioning, would you fuck it up because I disagree with you?
I mean, like, even if I hate someone, or if like hate is a big word, but if I dislike or you know, there's a word for it, not just disappointed. Despite if you know, even if I despise someone and their life was taken, or you know, they were unalived and the shit like that, I would never ever celebrate that. That is probably one of the worst things anybody on this planet can do, because at the end of the day, regardless if you enjoyed their comments or you liked them or not, Okay, taking someone's life is wrong. Okay,
I'm not entirely sure if they broke up, but her comment's interesting. Gail's comment.
I dislike the man in the White House, but that don't mean if something happened to him, I ain't gonna celebrate it.
Yeah,
Exactly. Like I didn't like Biden, but when he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, I didn't celebrate. I
No.
said I hope he gets treatment, and I was mad that he didn't get the care he needed because that's not a diagnosis that shows up overnight. So
it's just
why, when he was in the White House, was there not people like doing screenings and shit? And how do you have that severe of a diagnosis or that progressive of a diagnosis when you were supposed to be getting the best medical care in the world?
yeah, and it's just like when ET died, I cried. And people were laughing about it, and then he came back to life. So I just put my middle finger up to them and said, fuck you. Yeah, psych.
It's just one of those situations where like actions have consequences and freedom of speech does not. Like a lot of people that were celebrating were also healthcare workers, and it's like, are you going to give me the wrong no, are you going to give me the wrong medication because you don't agree with me politically? Like, this is the kind of like things that you have to think about when you start talking like this.
Yeah, I think it also comes down to people don't have the patience.
I have to take a phone call. So
yeah, okay, yeah. Well, me and Flash Runner, I think it comes down to the fact that I've said this from day one. The pandemic has caused a de-evolution, and people are short-tempered, and if they don't get what they want, they throw a wobbly, and that's what's causing the problem. And here we are.
I disagree with a lot of people. I don't mean I'm wish ill will on them or something that happened to them. Like I'm be jumping for joy and having.
Oh hell no. Even if I didn't like you, even if you were on fire and I walked past, I wouldn't fucking celebrate that. No.
Yeah.
It's that's inhuman. I mean, I wouldn't fucking stop to piss on you, but I would carry on.
And defense counsel's binder.
Okay.
Let's see, in that purple highlighted portion on the last page, the second to last paragraph, this was discussed a little bit earlier, but I wanted to make sure that this was clear. Will you tell us what you were referring to in this second to last paragraph? It reads, Ballard confirmed the ATF or FBI and ATF are adding information to the initial report. The prosecutor expected will include data supporting the initial conclusions. Will you explain what that's referring to?
Yeah, my recollection is that the defense, is part of their motion to continue the preliminary hearing, as part of the justification for that motion, they had argued that they hadn't received all of the underlying data that supported the conclusions in the initial reports. And so the reporter was asking me about whether had that data already been produced or whether it would be forthcoming. And I was confirming that the FBI was gathering that. And
that's right. They were dragging their feet, weren't they, to get all the information across?
Yeah. They dragged it.
Did you personally appear on Fox and Friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, they dragged it big time, didn't they?
They used as part of that program.
And the video we watched earlier, is that the entirety of this portion of your interview that they used on that program?
Yes.
You didn't go to New York and sit down with them?
Nope.
Did you actually ever leave the office and go on a media speaking tour?
No, all I did was respond as the media inquiries came in.
Thank you. I have nothing else.
Thank you. Mr. Novak, redirect.
Yes, sir.
Oh, bloody hell, he's done already?
Yeah, some redirect / cross-examination.
Got you.
I don't think he takes that long. I think we're almost on the next witness.
Mr. Ballard, isn't it correct that there was a point in time with respect to the pleadings in this case that the defense's motion to prohibit the additional testing without some safeguards to document it, record it, monitor it, was a private filing?
Yes, the defense filed it as a private filing.
And you initially agreed meaning you on behalf of your office, that it should be a private filing because it dealt directly with forensic examinations.
No, we oppose the motion to keep that filing private.
But as you said in exhibits 6 and make sure I'm setting the correct exhibit. In exhibit 6, that you initially hoped that the dispute over the testing could be resolved between the parties, right?
Yes,
Okay. And then we filed, meaning Mr. Robinson filed, a motion to get some control over that FBI testing because the FBI had basically said, we won't let a defense ballistic expert watch and we won't videotape it, right?
I wasn't privy to what the defense was saying, or the FBI lab was saying.
But you're aware of the dispute.
There was a dispute, yes.
The FBI wanted to do further testing on bullet fragments, and we were concerned that it would have a destructive effect on the evidence. And so we asked to have a ballistics expert observe the FBI testing, correct?
I know that you filed a motion.
We asked your office to arrange with the FBI for an outside expert to observe. Aren't you aware of that?
I know that you were requesting certain procedures.
Was to either be present or videotape it. Or maybe you don't know what the procedures were.
That sounds correct to me. I wasn't part of those negotiations.
Okay.
That
And
discussion.
when the FBI didn't agree to let there be light on whatever they were going to be doing, as opposed to darkness, we filed a motion for judicial intervention, right?
Yes, you filed a motion.
And we filed it privately.
Yes,
And we argued to this court that it should be private because it addressed forensic testing not yet received into evidence and future forensic testing not yet received into evidence. And the state opposed that. Didn't we file that?
Oh, counsel, there's an
I did it
objection.
again.
Would you like to respond?
I can rephrase it in the form of a question.
All right, I'll go ahead and sustain the objection and
Wow, he's got a bit of a
Are you
chip on his
familiar
shoulder.
with
hasn't
the reasons why we thought the forensic testing documents and the dispute
That's
should be
why he's not.
filed
That's why
and
Squid's not a
litigated
big
privately?
fan of him.
I think I generally understand why you wanted that private.
And the state decided it should be public.
We decided to oppose that motion.
It was your position that it should be public.
Yes,
And then the court overruled or denied the motion to keep it private, correct?
yes,
And so that then became a matter of public record, which you believe you could make extrajudicial statements about.
I believe the rule allowed that, yes.
Now, your testimony is that you only intended to communicate to the media generally how bullet fragment analysis works, correct?
Yes, I was responding to those inquiries and being careful to stay within the confines of Rule 3.6.
But the media inquiries were not generally how is bullet fragment analysis conducted and what are the findings and what are the conclusions. The questions were about the bullet fragment analysis in this case, correct?
Yes,
Would you agree with this following statement? In the first few weeks of this case, there were many media stories emphasizing evidence of Mr. Robinson's guilt.
yes,
So your interpretation of Rule 3.6, because of that, is that I could go on Fox and Friends or send emails to media entities or have telephonic interviews where I say on multiple occasions, it's my opinion that my client is innocent.
you wish to respond.
Mr. Ballard has testified that he doesn't think that his his extrajudicial statements violate the rule. And he specifically referred to comment 4, which says any opinion as to the guilt or innocence of a defendant or suspect in a criminal case is not prohibited because of what he says is prejudicial pretrial publicity. And so I'm asking the obverse, which is whether he agrees that that means that I or somebody I hire could go on a speaking tour. I'm not saying you went on a speaking tour, but and proclaim my opinion that Mr. Robinson is innocent without violating this court's order or without violating the rules of professional responsibility.
I understand the objection and the response. I'm going to overrule the objection as it's within the nexus of what's being addressed in this hearing and what's been brought up in both direct and cross-examination.
What I understand the rule to allow is for a lawyer to make statements that the lawyer believes are necessary to protect their client from substantial undue prejudice of media stories.
So if I think in good faith that my client that there is already proof of undue prejudice against Mr. Robinson because of all of the media stories, without seeking any judicial intervention, without seeking an ethics opinion from the state bar, I can schedule media interviews. I can issue press releases saying it's my opinion that he's innocent.
I think your interpretation of Rule 3.6 is up to you.
I'm asking you if you agree with that hypothetical.
Repeat the hypothetical.
Without any findings by anybody at this point of undue prejudice, and based on the media coverage to date, which we are all familiar with, do you agree? Well, is it your opinion that the rule permits me to go on Fox and Friends or have telephone calls or send emails, issue a press release that says it's my opinion that Mr. Robinson is innocent, and that if I did that, I would not be in violation of this court's order or the ethical rules that we've been discussing?
I don't see anything in the rule that requires previous findings about prejudice.
It's just your conclusion that there is prejudice. That's enough?
I believe that what's required is what the rule says.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate the court's time.
Thank you. Anything further for this witness?
No.
Mr. Ballard, you may step down. Thank you. All right, to defense, it looks like you have about 20 minutes left. I didn't include the cross-examination against your time. We'll go to the state's time, but how would you like to proceed next?
I have a few questions for Mr. Gray, since he was mentioned in the testimony from Mr. Ballard, and the OSC was returned against Mr. Gray as well.
Would you prefer to take a 10-minute break, or do you want to keep going? I'll defer to you.
I think a 10-minute break would be great.
All right.
Thank you.
Turning to Mr. Novak.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd ask the court to invite Mr. Gray to the witness stand.
Mr. Gray,
Now
would you
this
mind
is
coming
the
forward,
next-
being sworn in?
This is the elected official that's testifying now. The top prosecutor of that area.
Mr. Gray, as you get situated, there's a bottle of water to your left. And after you're seated, if you wouldn't mind pulling the microphone to you so the record picks up your testimony. Mr. Novak, your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Gray, you're the elected county attorney for Utah County, correct, sir? Yes, sir. Right. And so you are responsible for essentially everything that happens in and through your office, correct? Right. And is Mr. Ballard still your chief of staff? Does that mean he reports to you in the sense of an organizational structure? Yeah. All right. And he's also the public affairs officer for your office? Yeah. And he's also an attorney? Public information officer. I'm sorry, public information officer. And he's also a prosecutor.
General counsel.
And he's one of the prosecutors in this case. Yeah. All right. Mr. Ballard testified that you and he had some general conversations about media inquiries concerning the contents of Mr. Robinson's motion to continue the preliminary hearing. Is that correct, that you had some general conversations?
Yes.
Did you ever suggest to Mr. Ballard that one approach to these inquiries would be to confer with Mr. Robinson's defense counsel concerning the media's misinterpretation of what we had filed?
No, because the rules don't require it.
Okay. Did you discuss with Mr. Ballard whether the state should approach the court concerning what, if anything, the court would permit the state to do in light of your concerns?
Again, no, because the rules don't require it.
Do the rules prohibit it?
They do not prohibit it, but neither did his order require it, the judge's order in this case.
Nor did the rules prohibit you from, I'm
no.
sorry. Nor did the rules
How
prohibit
do
you
you
from
lead,
reaching out
man?
to
Question
defense counsel
top official.
and say, hey, the media is spinning this in a certain way. We need to discuss correcting the record.
No.
Or clarifying media misinterpretations?
No.
All right. What about having a conversation with Mr. Ballard that went like this? Why don't we draft a statement, a single statement that we can send out to media entities and just be done with it?
I don't know that we had that conversation. I might have thought about that, but then you're getting even wider dissemination. I was unaware of how many inquiries there were that actually might have the effect of going beyond who was inquiring.
But would you agree with me that one approach could have been to issue a statement which says the state stands by the allegations in the information and the significance of any evidence will be established in court proceedings?
I don't think that that would be sufficient.
It wouldn't have been sufficient to change the media spins. Is that what you mean?
Yes, I mean, what we're concerned about is prejudice to a prospective jury. And so
Have these people never heard of media blackout?
do that.
Blackout?
And so we wanted to ameliorate that prejudice.
And so is it the
They this is a
the
weird case.
number of
I mean,
stories,
it is. I mean, like,
the content
you
of
choose to
media
give the
stories
media information.
which led you to
You don't
conclude
have to.
that the state was being
Yeah.
prejudiced?
There was a potential to prejudice a fair trial. Yes,
Based on the
based on misinformation.
in the media. But if it were accurate information, that would be okay with you?
I would not be correcting anything if it was accurate information.
Did you consult the so we have the binding rule of professional responsibility here in Utah. Did you consult the ABA rules on this same issue?
No,
Are you familiar with them?
yes,
Are you familiar with the ABA rule that basically says extrajudicial statements by one party are only permissible where there have been extrajudicial statements by another party?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance. What we're dealing with here is whether or not Mr. Gray, Mr. Ballard violated the court order, not refer to the ABA rule.
I think it just goes to the state of mind of both of the individuals against whom the court has already returned to the order to show cause.
Well, help me understand the relevance as it relates.
Well,
to
we have
the-
an ABA rule, which we cited in our reply brief, called Fair Trial and Public Discourse, cited at page 5, pages 4 and 5 of 6 pages in our reply brief at footnote 1, which points out that the ABA guidelines limit extrajudicial statements to those circumstances where an opposing
California
party
attorney trying
has
to
already
interpret
made
Utah law.
extrajudicial statements. Whereas here, what the state is saying is that it can basically correct the record or make any public statements it wants as long as there's something in the public record, regardless of where it came from.
Why my concern as it relates to relevancy is whether that's binding and whether that's even applicable. I mean, there may be like a best practices, and I'm not saying it is or it is not, but as it relates to the issue before me, I don't see how that's relevant to help me with my finding in regards to the ABA.
Okay, so I think that so far Mr. Gray has said he's aware of it, and I think that's fine.
All right, thank you. So I'll sustain the objection. We'll move on.
Is that correct, Mr. Gray? You're aware of that
I
standard?
am aware of the ABA standard.
I'm just going to ask you the same question I asked Mr. Ballard toward the end. Would you agree with me that in the first few weeks, especially, and continuing throughout this case, there has been substantial media coverage commenting upon Mr. Robinson's guilt,
Both guilt and innocence, yes.
including, okay, and would you agree with me that he is entitled constitutionally to a presumption of innocence,
Absolutely,
until the matter is submitted to the jury for deliberation?
absolutely.
And so, do you agree with Mr. Ballard that in light of all of what Mr. Robinson's defense counsel view as prejudicial media coverage, prejudicing his right to a fair trial, that I can make public statements as to my opinion about his innocence without violating this court's order?
No, you cannot make an opinion about innocence or guilt, but I don't think that's what happened here.
Would you agree that the point of Mr. Ballard being interviewed over the telephone and sending emails and then appearing visually on Fox and Friends was to address media inquiries concerning specific forensic evidence in this case.
It was to ameliorate the prejudice resulting from misinformation from the media.
About a specific piece of evidence in this case.
Yes.
And you think that by crafting that Mr. Ballard's efforts to control the conversation with the media by, as he testifies, just talking about forensic testing generally avoids the prohibitions in the rule?
Whether I believe that avoids the general prohibitions, I think that's one way to do it.
I know that you did not seek any guidance from the court on this issue. Did you consider filing some sort of a motion or a request asking for clarification on how the court's pretrial publicity order governs the situation?
No, I thought the court's order was quite clear.
Because there was another point in time where the state did seek clarification.
Take
of
your
the court's
time,
order, right?
Square. We
Yeah.
there.
court clarified it.
Cat's in good hands.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have no further questions.
Thank you. Mr. McBride.
Mr. Gray, do you believe that the presumption of innocence means that an attorney can never respond to prejudicial media?
No,
Did you intend to violate the court's order in this case?
no,
Do you believe you violated the court's order in this case?
no,
Did you take actions to avoid violating the court's order in this case,
yes,
such as you are familiar with the court's order?
I'm familiar with it, yes,
You are familiar with Rule 3.6, correct?
yes,
And you expected Mr. Ballard to limit the statements to the media to those necessary to address the issues prejudicing your client.
yes,
Now, you've been present for the testimony about what I'll call kind of a media frenzy about this claim that the bullet didn't match the gun,
yes.
right? As that media came out, did you meet with Mr. Ballard and discuss what to do about it?
Yes, my recollection is a little bit different from Mr. Ballard's recollection of it. What I recall is he came to me, told me that he was getting several media requests for that, and whether or not we should or could respond to those inquiries. So I spoke with him about it. I know I spoke with Chad. We discussed Rule 3.6, specifically subsection C, that indicates that we can, where we believe that there's a substantial likelihood of material prejudice. And so I ultimately told Mr. Ballard that, yes, he could respond to inquiries regarding that. And specifically our concerns. The media had reported, based on the motion to stay the preliminary hearing, it indicated only that it didn't indicate on the bullet, the defendant's motion, and didn't say anything about the actual report that said it didn't indicate or exclude that it came from Tyler Robinson's rifle and was therefore inconclusive. So based on our reading of that, we could correct that. This wasn't a matter of, deciding whether it's exculpatory or inculpatory. This was a matter of correcting what that ATF report actually said.
And particularly to your client's right of a fair trial, right?
That's right.
Okay. You said you're aware of the rule. You're aware of the court's order. Were you aware of any cases dealing with media and attorneys correcting misrepresentations by the media?
I was.
For example, do you have?
The Corey Richards case, actually, where lead counsel in this case,
Corey
and also
Richards.
lead counsel in the Corey Richards case, I was aware of their interview that they conducted.
I've experienced stuff that might from
that they perceived as
learning all this, but
Okay, so
wow.
get that clear. Lead counsel in this case, Kathy Nestor, is that right?
Yes,
She went to the media in the Corey Richards case, is that right?
yes,
And with the purpose of correcting what she perceived to be misinformation in that case?
yes, from the media.
And did she make any comment about prosecution's duty to correct
Now here
misinformation
she
in that interview?
complaining.
There were the entire team there, or at least 3 members of that team in that report
Of the defense team?
of the defense
Okay.
team. And between her and her other co-counsel, they indicated that they had hoped, I believe Ms. Nestor actually stated that she had hoped that the prosecutor would come forward to correct that misinformation, but because they didn't, they came forward.
And were you aware of that case and that interview on March 31st of this year?
Yes, I was.
When did you become aware of that interview by Ms. Nestor?
Back in October of 2025.
Have there been other
I don't.
have there been other circumstances in this case where you have declined and your office has declined to speak with the media?
Yes.
And if you declined in other circumstances, why did you not decline in this circumstance?
Because again, it was media reports where they were saying that they were misrepresenting the actual report that's in the record. And, that it did not match. That's not what the report said. Again, I'm not getting into whether it's exculpatory or inculpatory. What the report said was that the testing did not identify.
Do you know what? Do you know what, Flash Fan? I think these people are going to turn this case into a joke.
Yeah.
And so we got those reports in those other
They
circumstances.
definitely
we
gonna
had
turn this into a
persons
media circus. It
concerned
look like they
about,
already trying to.
what they perceived as misinformation. And my
I mean,
conclusion was, we're not going to go out there.
Johnny
and
Depp,
talk about
Amber
these
Heard,
things.
eat your
Because
heart out,
quite
but this
frankly,
one,
I didn't know whether or not how the defense would use that information. And so I decided, no, we're not going to comment.
and
on
they're
that.
going to milk it.
Okay, so there have been other circumstances where you said, no, we're not going to talk to the media about X, Y, and Z.
That's right.
But in this case,
Fucking
you made an
disgusting.
analysis and said, yes, we're going to talk to the media in this case because of how important the issue is.
Yes.
It's gonna be a circus. It's really gonna be a circus.
Yeah, pause it for a second.
Guys,
Heather.
Sorry.
Mr. Novak.
Sorry, that took a little longer. That was my lawyer.
Ah, you good? You good? The chat was entertained. We just here making fun of the defense attorneys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and since I have been on the phone, can someone enlighten me of who's testifying right now?
Jeffrey Gray, the Utah County attorney, is testifying. He's on cross/redirect examination from the prosecution.
Okay.
I think his testimony.
Was this the one with the daughter at UVU?
I don't remember much about that file. I'm just getting into this case, so I'm reviewing everything.
So there was they wanted to have the prosecutor's office removed because of a conflict of interest, because one of the prosecutors, just one of the people in the office, had their child was in the audience.
I will have to go back and look at the motion to see who that was.
I will send you the motion.
I think
I will
I
have to
I
look for
downloaded
it.
stuff. I just haven't read some of the early stuff that was filed because I just
Yeah,
got
it
to
was
January.
a long time. Like, I think it was document like 200 and something.
Woo!
So yeah. Like,
Yeah, I got into the case at about 400.
we're having to go in the Wayback Machine.
It could be him, but he's the top elected official. He's kind of like the Morrissey from
Elected county
anybody-
attorney.
Yeah, if anybody familiar with Karen Reed, Morrissey, the district attorney, he's kind of like the district attorney. They call it.
Oh my goodness. I feel like we need to go over, like, I don't have many Massachusetts subscribers that I'm aware of or in chat, but I feel like we need to go through who's running for that Norfolk County attorney, because there is a couple people who want to really focus on the O'Keefe case and the Sandra Birchmore case.
Oh.
There is one person who I think he was former FBI, and like I said, we will have to do a stream and discuss it, because I don't think he's an outsider, and I don't think that area takes too kindly to outsiders. People make that like the rural South and stuff like that, but like I don't think lots of areas of the country do not take kindly to outsiders wanting to change their status quo.
Yeah.
And I don't think he'll be elected because of that. However, it's an interesting situation that he is running with the focus on reopening and looking at John O'Keefe, criminalizing, and Sandra Birchmore.
It seemed like the people who want to reopen and weed out corruption and stuff, they're like, nah, we don't need them.
Yeah, public version of the motion to disqualify Utah County Prosecutor's Office was document 250.
Ooh, okay, yeah, I want that cake when that took place. I didn't get interested in the case till Michael Burke came on. Then I started reading about some of the stuff they're alleging. I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be.
So if you are unfamiliar with Flash Fan, he has a Discord server where he streams a lot of classic trials and a lot of cold cases. However, he likes to, and I'm sorry to speak for you, but
No, you
you are my little brother, and this is what I love about you. You like certain attorneys and cases that they've followed or that they've done. So
Yep.
you will see a certain attorney in a case and then look up other cases that that attorney has done.
Yep.
And that's what led you here, because you've been doing the Menendez case.
Yeah.
And one of the
Michael Burt,
attorneys, Michael
when I-
Burt, who
Yep.
is
He
Tyler
repre-
Robinson, one of Tyler Robinson's attorneys, was an attorney for the Menendez
Yeah,
brothers.
he represented Lyle Menendez. He was the second chair in the first trial. And when I first saw that he was on the case, I'm like, he's still practicing after all these decades? But he still is. I'm like, oh, okay. He actually argues in this hearing to exclude hearsay at the preliminary hearing.
And I have to go make Nutella toast now. She was upset about it when I was on the phone, but I have to go make Nutella toast. So
The hell of what?
Nutella toast. Toast with the Nutella. AKA what my daughter wants to eat every meal of every day if I would let her.
All right. Here's a little trick. Okay, get some Nutella. All right. And then put it in a jug. Yeah. Put whatever you like to drink in it. Mix it up until it's all fluidy. Throw some ice in there.
Doesn't that look
And
like
pour
poop
into a
water?
glass. No, trust me. Trust me. You will not regret it. Trust me. I'm telling you right now.
I agree with you. However, like it
I'm hearing excuses.
might taste delicious, but it sounds like it looks.
It doesn't look bad. Unless you, for
So,
some reason,
sidebar,
enjoy
don't
looking
get
at
mad
diarrhea.
me. But Harry, we went to the store today. There was no Nutella, none. Like the Nutella shelves were empty.
Heresy.
I sent a picture to Mr. Squid, and I'm like, "You will never believe this. Walmart does not have any Nutella, none, not a one." I'm like, was there a recall that I have to look up? Because like, there was not a jar of Nutella. There was the Nutella peanut butter.
I was gonna say it's Nutella the stuff that got peanut butter in it, because that's probably why I can't eat it. I'm allergic to peanut
It's
butter.
got hazelnuts and chocolate.
Yeah, can't eat it. I'm allergic.
Yeah. Same in Oklahoma, no Nutella at Walmart or at every store.
Hey, you know how to clear a room or a bus or a train? Eat something that your gut doesn't agree with.
That
You'll
is
have
a
the
channel
whole
that
wagon
is
to
for
yourself.
that is for my ETM channel. How to get yourself a free colon cleanse.
Yeah, just eat some Indian food. It'll clear you out.
Taco Bell.
Oh
Oh my god, all the pictures of like Europeans coming over here and for the World Cup, and they're like surprised. They're like in love.
Wait,
with-
whoa. Stop right
like,
there.
Taco Bell?
You
Of
racist. They're not Europeans, they're Scottish.
Not all of them. There's people from Spain. I've seen Norwegians, Swedish people. I like Freddie from Germany. If you don't follow Freddie from Germany on Twitter, you should.
Yeah.
He's
Okay, I'll let him off.
doing a
now.
road trip across the US.
Yeah.
But like they're like one woman from the UK said that Olive Garden, she was like posting a video of like Alfredo, and it was the best thing best pasta she had ever eaten in her life. It was Olive Garden Alfredo. I'm like,
no.
I'm like, if that is peak,
I've
if
got.
that is your peak Alfredo, we really got to do some work.
I ate some shrimp scampi from Olive Garden about 20 years ago, and I got food poisoning. Never been back since.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Chicken Alfredo from Olive Garden is not terrible. However, if that is the peak and the best pasta you have ever had in your life, we got work to do.
Let me tell you something. All right. In some countries, people inhale food. Yeah. And in other countries, people eat food. Now, when it comes to liquid cuisine, okay, if you want to have a typical good British meal, then go to the butcher and tell him you want a circular sausage. Yes. All right. And then you go and get yourself potatoes, a little bit of salt, some milk, all right, whatever you like to taste, put garlic in it. You get mashed potatoes and sausage. And then make yourself an onion soup, right? And then onion gravy, sorry. And then you pour that onion gravy over the sausage and mashed potatoes, and you will have yourself bubbles and squeak. Yes. And if you really want to eat a Cornish meal, okay, there's a reason why the Cornish pie has a crusted edge, because in the mines that's where they held the pie. It had breakfast, midday meal, and evening meal in it. Anyway, sorry, we're talking about
All
food
right,
now.
I have to start this, and I have to go make Nutella. I can hear my kitchen drawers opening and somebody getting agitated.
They like food. I need food.
Yeah, I think he needs food as well. Look at his shirt. Fucking thing doesn't fit around his neck. Just saying.
All right. I will be back in a hot minute. Thank you for holding down my stream while I was gone. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
we didn't say anything. We just laughed at the idiots. That's all.
Well, that's all right. As long as you did something to keep the people entertained, because I had a phone call. Very
I think
important phone call to take
I think they were entertained. Are you not entertained?
from a very ethical person.
Who, me? Well, thank you very
No,
much.
my attorney. He's very ethical.
Oh.
Unlike implications.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Mr. Gray, I don't know anything about the Corey Richards case, so let me just ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
You had
Well,
watched
of course.
some sort of a media interview that you say that
Muting myself.
Ms. Richards' counsel
Holy
conducted
crap.
before trial.
Holy crap.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, you
had
missed
to
that.
go at the very wrong time.
You missed that. He mentioned just 5 minutes ago. He mentioned the Corey Richards case about how Nestor went to the media in that case to clear stuff up, and she wanted the prosecution to also go to the media, but here she doesn't want them going to the media.
I will have to go back and watch that. I mean, yeah. Damn. Damn. Damn.
And, do you think that was appropriate under the rules?
I think they went beyond what they could do, but I think it is appropriate under Rule 3.6 under the right circumstances like this case.
So it really depends what it is you say that puts you close to the line or over the line set by Rule 3.6 in the court.
Sure, I mean, you have to be careful in what you say. I mean, we do our very best to be careful.
And was your office prosecuting that case?
No.
Okay. Did the county attorney file anything with the court concerning those public statements to your knowledge?
I'm not aware of that. I talked with her. She was the one that advised me of that, and that's why I became aware of it. But I don't know whether or not they decided to or not. There are many reasons why you may or may not file something. I know that she wasn't happy with it.
When you say she, you're referring to the county attorney?
Wilson from Summit County.
I see. And you don't know if Summit County sought any judicial review of those extrajudicial
Yeah,
statements?
I do not know.
Understood. Thank you. I don't have any further questions.
Thank you. Anything further?
Well, and bringing up the Corey Richards trial and Kathy Nestor bringing up one thing in one trial and not wanting it in another, it makes this defense's argument disingenuous. When you literally have a lawyer sitting there asking for something on one case, and she literally did the exact opposite in the other, and both cases were high profile. This one significantly more than Corey Richards.
Yeah.
Both cases were streamed. Both cases were high profile. And you have the exact opposite stance in both of them.
Nestor's more famous in this one because Nestor wasn't originally Richard's attorney.
That makes you a hypocrite. And I can't stand, if there's one thing in life I can't stand, it's a hypocrite. So when I see a lawyer saying one thing in one trial and then doing the exact opposite because it suits you, it's like, it just seems like a disingenuous argument. Yeah.
For this witness. Mr. Gray, thank you.
Now they're about to have arguments.
Mr. Novak.
The toast is in the toaster, just in case anybody's wondering. Just in case anybody cares, the toast is in the toaster, and I'm waiting for it to be done.
Refer to the parties.
Cool off a little bit so we don't
Novak,
make
you
it
have
spill
about 8 minutes for
everywhere.
argument.
And just for the record, when you start hearing woo, 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 you know the toast is burnt down.
She has no patience.
That's
She
what I
wants
meant,
it
yeah.
now. I have to be standing there in front of the toaster the entire
Yes,
time.
my intent is we'll do that. Then that will conclude this particular.
Yes,
LLC,
conclusion.
and then
Thank
we'll
fuck
turn
for
to
that.
Yeah. Well, no, we're 2 hours and 40 minutes into a 4-hour hearing.
the motion in limine as it relates to hearsay.
You're gonna get a kick out of this
Time to
argument that
argue
he's gonna
as the
put a
court has,
remedy. I can't
All right,
wait.
I have to fix the
reviewed in
telltale
detail
part.
the motions, which were detailed, and the court appreciates that. So we'll have a brief oral argument on that, and then we'll go to the last issue that Mr. Novak brought up and address that as well. All right, turning to Mr. Novak.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I want to be careful to be clear, at least from our perspective, that there are two issues here. One is whether the evidence supports a finding of violation of the court order by Mr. Ballard and or Mr. Gray. And then the question, if the court does make that finding, is what are the consequences? So I'm going to really deal with the first part first and the second part second, unless the court wants to bifurcate it and issue its findings on whether
Get on with
there's been
it.
a violation, in which case, if the court finds that there has been a violation of the court order, then we can address the remedies.
We can address that today. Thank you. In regards to your
Yes,
argument.
you thought they
you
arguing
are
this.
advocating for.
I should the court like to hear all of it at once.
I mean, dude, it's
So,
I mean,
first of all,
watching paint dry is
the
more fucking
court's
important right now. Get on
order
with it.
concluding that there was a preliminary finding, that we had made a preliminary showing, identifies three elements to the
Watch
complaint.
his hand.
And Mr. Ballard essentially admitted to the first two elements. He was aware of the
No,
order.
I don't have that type of fetish.
No,
There
he'll,
was no reason why he was unable to comply with them.
I feel like
The
somebody
third
told him
element is
about
whether
it.
the
and
order
Now
was
he's
violated.
making
He
sure
said
I
he
acknowledge
is.
that the court's order uses the word intentional, but I would ask the court to look again at our pleadings concerning whether intentionality is an element of the offense. And the reason why that's important is because many courts, as I cited in the brief, so I'm not going to cite all those cases again, say that where the order is in the nature of an injunction, the court doesn't need to make a finding of intent. Every order is different. This is an order enjoining conduct. And so if somebody violates, knows of, and has the ability to comply with an order enjoining conduct, and the order is violated, there's no need to show intent.
He just is butthurt because he put something in a motion that he knew the media was going to grab onto and made the prosecution look bad. And the prosecution said, fuck this, and fired back
Yeah.
with every legal recourse that the judge allowed them. And they're just butthurt.
Kind of like what we talked about yesterday. They want to go to the media and say stuff, but when the state go to the media, they violated your order, Your Honor.
It's all about rules for me and not for, or rules for thee and not for me. You have to do this. I want you to shut up. I want you to not talk to anybody. I want you to stay quiet. You cannot say this. You cannot say anything about this case. You cannot say anything about me. But I can do whatever the fuck I damn well please.
This is going to be brutal. And what is it, like 20 days from now when this preliminary hearing start? Oh, man.
Oh my God. But I can't remember the exact dates.
July 6th through the 10th.
July 6th through the 10th. I was like, I swear I had this written down. July 18th is the Sarah Grace, or not 18th because that's a Saturday, but that's when the Sarah Grace Patrick trial should be starting around then.
Okay,
So-
so they're starting in August. Okay, so they changed it.
I think there's a hearing either around there, like a pre-trial, wrap up all your shit before we get
Yeah,
started.
I'd almost forgot about that case. Well, Judge,
Yeah,
I'd have to
I
get
have to
to
do document updates on what's going on in that case because there has been no hearings or anything. So
Do you know something? Do you know something? When all this is over and done with,
educated, so I don't know shit.
you know something? When all this is over and done with, the Jeremy Hell's Jeremy Hell's case, and everything else, and everything has gone and quiet and silent. Do you know what? If anyone, and I mean anybody, approaches me and talks about a court case or about defamation, slander, stalking, or anything else, I am going to kick them square in the freaking man sausage.
Don't.
And if they're not male, I'm going to kick them square in the freaking Taco Bell. Because I swear to God, I have never, ever, ever.
Something to say to that. I just have nothing good to say, so we're just
What?
gonna.
I've never ever came across such a spectacle. I can't even talk properly. A spectacle of. I mean, I mean, why don't they take the court and put it in a circus and have the animals run around while they actually discuss what you can and can't do? I mean, you know, I mean, you put cameras in courts, you go up to, you the one, if you don't want the media or people to know what's going on in the case, then do it behind a closed fucking door. Take the cameras out the court and do it. Because before cameras got into court, you didn't have all this shit. If something went into the newspapers, it was either hearsay, it was a third party hearsay, and people just discussed it. And there would be updates like every couple of weeks.
Or you had to reserve rooms in the courtroom, seats.
Yeah,
rather.
and now there's court now because my rights are being affected. My right to feed for a fair trial. The moment you got fucking media involved, it doesn't become a fair trial. It becomes a media circus. So you don't get a fair trial. So you want a fair trial? Shut the fuck up, lock the doors down, deal with it behind locked doors. And every single case I have seen so far over the last few months or over the last 18 months, it's the same thing every time. Every time. And I'm not even from America. I mean, we've got cases over here similar to this. However, we do have certain court cases where cameras and media are not allowed to go into. That's why you get the sketches.
Yep. Federal courts, mostly.
Yeah, and I like transparency in courtroom because I like watching it, but I'm like they making it to the media spectacle, which look like what they're doing here. They say we want media out, but they really don't. That's just them pointing to the camera.
I mean, if they had such a problem, like here's my argument. I mean, call me an idiot if you like. One side is going, oh, media this, media that. The other side's going, no media, no media. Question. So if you're going, you don't want media involved or you don't want it publicized or whatever, what the fuck are you doing in a courtroom in front of a camera arguing with someone who does?
Yeah.
Sorry, but common sense. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not allowed to swear on your stream, am I? Sorry, my bad. I'll go to the basement. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, boss. I'm sorry. As Peanut does. I'm sorry, boss. I'm sorry, boss.
I'm sorry, boss.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again, boss. I'm sorry, boss.
That'll happen. Oh, we have Peanut out on the big TV right now in the living room because the little wakes up every morning and says, "Peanut."
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Peanut.
boss.
It's one word that comes out enunciated perfectly.
I don't even know who or what that is.
Oh, he's
a
funny.
gamer.
He's
He's
hilarious.
a gamer. He's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
He's hilarious. Yeah, but I'm sorry, boss.
Megan, now even though we have a change in like schedule and Mr. Squid doesn't go to bed at 7:30 anymore, he has normal people hours and we have normal human schedule now.
Okay, boss.
I still can't watch anything on the big TV or my laptop without the little going Peanut. Peanut, because he streams every night at 8:00. So Megan, Tug, whoever, Shizzy streams at 7 and at 8:00. If I'm home, that has to be changed because God forbid we miss Peanut.
I've watched him for a long time, but I like the bit where he goes when he fucks up. He goes, "I'm sorry, boss. I'm sorry, boss. I'm really sorry, boss. That shouldn't have happened, boss. I'm sorry, boss." Now, but when it comes to I just think that like if you don't want media attention, right, then don't allow cameras in the case. Simple. Because now,
they fought for it.
Yeah,
multiple
and he
times.
slapped it down
They-
every time. They still trying to get media out. They filed an appeal. The judge like, bro, we're going to continue to allow media. They like, we want to stay that beginning of this hearing. I don't know you hear when it first started yesterday, but he denied the motion. They wanted to stay, meaning this pause all proceedings until the Utah Supreme Court reviews the decision that the judge entered to allow cameras. So
I mean, if you can remember
don't
back in the 70s, right? Like all the hype was on the outside of the court because that's when they came out. I think the things started changing around what was it, King? Rodney
King, yeah, around like
Rodney King,
early
OJ Simpson, around that period of time, right? What was happening is that basically media started going into the courtrooms. So in the early 90s, mid 90s, they went, oh, fuck it, let's just put cameras in the courts.
They did a trial run in the late 70s, early 80s. They televised the Ted Bundy trial. Then they stopped them for like 15 or so years, and then they started bringing camera in.
Gail brings up a really good point. Texas is finding out what no coverage gets you.
Yep. They don't televise a lot of stuff, and we just had the Carmelo Anthony case.
Okay, explain that. I mean,
Carmelo Anthony was the now convicted unaliver of Austin Metcalf. They were both 17 at the time.
Oh yeah.
Track meet.
Yeah. And look what happened. Everything happened on the outside of the court.
Yeah, but look what happened.
Yep, but it allowed the media to speculate.
Spectacle.
Yep, and misinformation was put out there. Even I got caught up in it until Squid corrected something. That's like, okay, yeah. I'm like, see, this is why they need it.
I didn't correct things. I just brought us back to logic and context.
That makes me sound bad.
And using and Flash fan, you're a very intelligent person. But we've discussed when emotions get heightened, people lose perspective and people lose that common sense and the intelligence because both systems don't work at the same time.
Does that also include the grift off his parents?
That's a whole nother issue. But
okay, sorry.
That's a whole nother issue. How you raise that much money and have a public defender is. I have questions about that just from, I don't like Carmelo Anthony, but at the same time, you raise that much money and you have a public defender that is free. There's something hinky there. No matter which way what side you're on of that case, no matter what you feel about it, $500,000 for a public defender that is free by the Constitution of the U.S.
I don't know how a judge would allow that because you have to be rule indigent. So I don't know.
That's why you don't hear me comment much on stuff when you guys are talking about it because obviously you are the fucking oracles of all knowledge. Me, I just go by what I see, and personally, dealing with that behind closed doors from being judged by your peers and guilty of unaliving someone with a knife.
We have congresswomen saying that, it wasn't that was only a small knife, so it wasn't a deadly weapon. It's like, girl, I know people that can unalive you with a credit card if they really wanted to.
Yeah. Or
like,
pencil
it doesn't take. This could be considered a deadly weapon if used in the wrong way. It's a pen.
Yep.
So let's calm down the rhetoric of saying a 3-inch knife is not deadly.
Fingernails are a deadly weapon as well.
Yeah.
So are teeth, apparently.
Yeah. If you got any. Oh, she left you a love mark. Ooh, someone's in trouble.
So, but we'll get back into this because I need to actually head out. But
do you want to keep it here and then like you guys can do the next one because I won't be around when you do the next one.
I think Flashman, do you want to do next Monday?
Sure.
There's a document flurry that I want to cover on Friday.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So, and then Spawn, are you good for tomorrow in our NTSB?
What day is it
Hearing-
today?
Tuesday.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's my day off tomorrow. I was yeah. Oh shit! It was my day off, and then you're dragging me out. Why can't I
I
have?
sent you a link because you said, "Are you going to invite me or not?"
Wait, what? No, hang on a second. All right, like them. I want I want a
Have
tenant
them
agreement.
apples.
I want a tenants agreement right now in front of everybody.
We'll talk later. I have to get going. We will pick up at the 2:44 mark and listening to more of the West Coast Mark Diller, also known as Novak.
Just so you are fully aware, for tomorrow, a B-52 has crashed. There's been multiple air accidents from Argentina all the way to the US. An F-18 crashed in Washington Forest. A B-52 has crashed. Two helicopters collided in Argentina. And a single Cessna crashed in Michigan somewhere or somewhere.
Yep.
Washington.
We have a whole host of headlines to
Oh,
discuss prior to getting into.
yeah. So just for the record, remember people lost their lives. So let's show some respect for tomorrow. Just saying.
And Gail Heido, I will be back if Squid wants me.
Next Monday.
Yep.
Yes, Smash fan, come back on Monday.
I don't
So
think
I-
I've. Oh, she gave you a kiss. Good girl. Hello, sweetie. I see you. Are you being a good girl?
Well, you know,
Hey,
it's
hi,
relative.
sweetie. Yeah.
But no matter how much of a butthead she can be sometimes and sassy, she's polite. She says please and thank you and all that. But yes, Heidel, landing final thoughts. So tomorrow we are doing we will probably do aviation headlines tomorrow. If we get to the NTSB hearing, we get to it. If we don't, we don't. But Mama's got to go do Mama stuff before I have to go to work. So
And it's good you doing that next Monday, because Friday my family will be celebrating Juneteenth. So
yeah, Friday I want to do a document drop because there was a bunch of documents that dropped today, and there was court hearings today and things. So we're gonna do basically a Friday is gonna be a what the hell's weekly update stream because I heard a whole bunch of documents drop today. So I gotta go. I hope everybody has a great day. And try not to be a twat waffle.
Twat. What? Oh, I swear to God, it's twat. Say twat.
No, you say twat. I say twat.
No, that is not the correct
Try not to be
pronunciation.
a pain in anybody's backside unless they're paying yours first. What, baby? She
I
doesn't-
know somebody that you would go at it with Spawn for the way she pronounces things.
Well, yeah. I mean,
From
I've got.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, when it comes to squid, I've got patience. Anyway, what I do want to say in regards to this case, I
Listen here,
think that-
Welshie.
shut up. I just
What?
it's twat, not twat. When it comes,
Say what I want, what I want.
oh my God, you are such a pain. La, 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 la. Anyway,
And I'm gonna eat you because my guest is being a twat waffle.
right. Can I finish doing my final thoughts, madam? Can I? Are you sure? Are you
Before I change
100%?
my mind.
Right. Okay. In regards to this case, I think the biggest issue is that they just let it flow with the media. Cases like this, personally, I don't. Yes, there should be a media sort of like a press officer or someone or a media officer, or who then brings both sides in communication. However, having an open door policy where this case is going on, this is exactly the reason why these cases then turn into a shit show. Personally, I see this go. I don't think this is going to be 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. I think it's going to go on for quite a while. Because they're not going to find a middle ground. Biggest mistake is they let the media roll with it, even though the media got it wrong, and suddenly became ballistic experts. Without actually talking to ballistic experts or people who know about what happens to a human being when they are hit by a projectile. Yeah, so this is going to go on. This is going to make a lot of creators a bit of money because it's going to go on for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, it's not making me money because
No, I
get
don't mean it in that way. I just mean,
and these are my least viewed videos, but at the same time, they're the ones that I enjoy talking about because we need to know that there are some things in this world that just because the public wants to know, that's not how the court system works.
yeah.
So just because it's public interest, it does not mean that that is how the court system works.
Yeah,
and
they will
that is
always
what will
unanswered
happen.
questions. They will always be unanswered questions about cases. No case, it might have a resolution,
Action-packed.
but you will never have all the answers.
Oh, Jeff, I tell you, sometimes I wonder about you, Jeff.
All right, guys.
It's the other way around, by the way.
Like we say these Irish goodbyes or Southern goodbyes where we say goodbye and then we keep talking and then we say goodbye again and we keep talking. I really gotta go. So
Okay.
Eat. You hear her saying eat?
Yeah. Okay. Right, sweetie, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Yeet.